Hey, Brad Johnson here. You guys all know my intro, so I won't go over the whole thing again today. I will just mention, though, that I am a certified professional extra virgin olive oil sommelier. Also fluent black belt in kickboxing. Super excited about today's show, but before we get into that, I just want to remind you, the Brad Johnson course, How to Stop Losing and Start Winning at Life, has launched. People are seriously pouncing on this, like freaking cats on a ball of yarn. Meow. But remember, the price is going up very soon, so get in there, people. Make it happen. I'm sure spots are filling up super fast. People are totally digging it, so don't miss out. That's bradjohnsonshow.website/course. Website?
It was
Never.
It was only one that was.
Never mind.
Sorry.
We'll talk about this later.
No, I don't want to.
Today, as usual, I've got an amazing show for you. It's just what you'd expect from a world-class entrepreneur, right? We're going to answer your burning questions like how to deal with a stalker boss and how to deal. It's the train. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Are you done? Yeah. We're going to answer your burning questions like how to deal with a stalker boss and how to deal with someone prying about your future. We're going to take a nice little dip in the wellness well, and we're going to be examining a topic that every serious entrepreneur needs to think about. You'll be getting my take on that, and believe me, that's all you need. Hit it, James.
Brad Johnson Show. 3, 2, 1, ignition, blast off. Welcome to the Brad Johnson Show.
I'm Brad Johnson, and I'm turning losers like you into winners like me.
The Brad Johnson Show with your host, Brad Johnson.
Get ready to start winning.
And now your host, Brad Johnson.
All right, I am your host, Brad Johnson, here as always. With me is the assistant to the host, James Kirkland.
I'm James Kirkland, assistant host.
Assistant to the host. Welcome to the Brad Johnson Show, where we turn losers into winners. Losers, that's you. Winners, that's me.
That's us.
And that's me. And this show is all about helping you become your best self by becoming more like me. So, James, how was your week?
Hey, it was pretty. It wasn't too bad.
You see what I did there? I just engaged you in a real, meaningful conversation. Pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah.
The latest class that I took was all about having those real, meaningful conversations with people. It's been life changing. It's something that I'm already naturally good at. So the class was really boring. I basically could have taught the class. But some people need a review every once in a while. Some people. Anyway, I bring that up because I was working on my classic '69 Camaro the other day. Turning the wrench in my garage, getting a little greasy, when a guy walked by and just kind of stared at the car. Well, I started a conversation, and I showed him, through this conversation, how loserly his life was. #loserly, okay? And bam! Sign him up for the course right then and there. So people, the art of conversation, it'll make you money. So on this show, I help you salvage the wreckage that is your life through my tried and true answers that are guaranteed to change your life, maybe even for the better. But before we get into your burning questions, it's time for a word from our sponsor.
Whose turn is it to make dinner? I did it last time. No, you didn't. I did. Spaghetti again? I want a divorce. Sound familiar? I bet it does. It's time for a change. Introducing Hello Flesh, the only meat-only meal kit delivery program. Say hello to simplistic home cooking. Create mouth-watering meals with easy recipes and pre-measured slabs of meat. New cuts every week. Here's how it works. Select your favorite meats from 115 Butcher's Choice recipes. Schedule your meaty deliveries, and we'll take care of the rest. Forget planning meals and shopping at gross grocery stores where they don't have enough meat. You will love our delicious enhanced products dropped straight at your door. You'll also love cooking your meal from Hello Flesh or not. Bacon, short loin, short ribs, shoulder tender, silver side, sirloin steak, skirt steak, spare ribs, standing rib roast, sitting rib roast, bacon, and more. Go to HelloFlesh.com/Brad is the best winner for your special offer. 5% off your first order of $486 or more. If you try HelloFlesh and don't like your first order, then there's something wrong with you. HelloFlesh, the meat, and only the meat. So help us God.
New sponsor this week. I've already tried some of their products. They sent us a little sampler, and man, I'm telling you, I actually just had dinner. I cooked myself up, a nice little I think it was the standing rib roast, and actually I threw some spare ribs in there too because they had extra, so I got
wow.
the spare ones.
Extra ribs, wow.
Yeah, it was
Good deal.
Oh man, I'm a pretty good cook if I do say so myself, and they you could tell the quality of the meat. I mean, it was quality. Anyway, all right, so we answer your burning questions. That's what the show's all about. We have got some burning questions, do we not, James?
We do.
All right, let's get into them. These people need the wisdom. Let's give it to them.
All right, burning question number 1. Dear Brad, my manager has friended me on almost every social media platform she can find me on, including Instagram and Google+. It drives me crazy that she's always watching, even when I'm not at work. She is a micromanager. She's constantly demanding...
Wait, is he micromanager? Is she really short or something?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I'm not clear on that.
Anyway.
Anyway, she's constantly demanding I check in and I need a break when I'm away from work. However, none of my coworkers have a problem with this. Some context. They're all in their teens and 20s. I'm in my late 40s with 7 kids. If that isn't bad enough, we're also all on a team group me chat with no work talk, just social. And I feel the need to continue chatting even after work. Nobody asked me if I wanted to join this one, and if I leave the channel, it will be obvious and rude.
No kidding.
It's my desire to fit in and play on the team, but the lack of privacy or me time is driving me crazy. If it were just my work buddies, that would be fine, but the boss's presence is not cool. I feel like she's crossing a line. What should I do? P.S. Love the show. You are changing my life every time I listen. Sincerely, leave me alone, Lana.
Man. Yeah, thanks, Lana, for the little shout out there. You need to go leave a review. I've been on iTunes, Lana. Okay, I haven't seen a review from you. Okay, if that's your handle, I want to see you. Leave me alone, Lana, on iTunes.
And we would know because there's no reviews.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say no reviews. I mean, it's a work in progress. So leave us a 5-star. That's the least you can do for the amount of wisdom that I'm about to give you. Okay, I have the solution to your problem here, Lana. Okay, so man. Stalking boss on social media, or a boss stalking you on social media. I mean,
Sounds oppressive.
Yeah, what could be worse? What could be worse? I mean, unless you're a single guy and she's got hot or something like that. I mean,
what if you use binoculars through a window? That might be worse.
It doesn't usually apply to social media in that way, but unless you're taking pictures through the binoculars. But I could never get the lens to focus through the other lens. Maybe it's just me. Anyway. So, Lana, okay, here's what you need to do. Okay, so in physical confrontations, my advice. My advice is always clear. You slap them in the face. If you want to stop a negative social interaction, slap in the face. It's over.
You have to de-escalate it.
Exactly. And that
de-escalate them.
Yep. Just to the floor. I mean, if they're up here, you just right there, okay? So, you need a social media slap in the face to your boss, okay? She's following you on this. You're trying to chat with all this. I mean, you don't want that. Okay, so what does a social media slap look like?
That's what lesson 2 is in the course.
Exactly. James, I
knew it.
You knew right where I was going.
When I wrote that, when we wrote the chapter.
When I wrote that, it was all about the social media slap, okay? We were talking about just how to just take somebody down on social media, and so they leave you alone. Now, I'm not
for their own good.
Yeah. It's definitely for their own good. And I'm not going to guarantee, Lana, that you'll have a job after this, but that's not what's important. What's important is making sure that your social media interaction is exactly what you want it to be, okay? Social media it's everything. I mean, who cares about the relationships at work or family? I mean, it's all about social media, okay?
Those numbers.
This is the 21st century,
stats,
okay?
Insights.
Let's get on with it. So, Lana, I'm just going to say, go get the course, okay? That's where the wisdom's at.
Get the course, guys.
I have put my wisdom in that course, and it is there for you. Okay? So, Lana, actually, if you go to bradjohnsonshow.website... Okay.
It's a website.
We're going to talk about this later. bradjohnsonshow.website/course. Then you can get it. And Lana... If you do it within the next 5 minutes, I will put a special little thing up there that'll get you a discount, okay? All right, so there you go, Lana. That's the solution. Social media slap. Let's do it. Next question.
Question 2. Dear Brad, I have a problem.
Oh, boy.
What to say when people ask about my life? Context.
What to say?
This person obviously doesn't have a life.
My goodness, you can't even speak or
Context.
write.
Here's the context. I'm 35. Have completed 3 master's degrees, but I'm now living with my parents.
Only 3?
Again.
Wow, okay.
They're young. They still have time.
Yeah.
The original plan was to only stay one summer after college, then get my own place. Unfortunately, I can't afford internet with my Call of Duty and Fortnite commitments. There was no way I could move out. This has also made it hard to get a job, and not being able to work in a problem for a lot of reasons. Though the financial
you need to
side,
work in a problem. What?
you're supposed to work out your problems.
Yeah. What?
That's the
Okay,
issue.
maybe that's his problem. Keep going.
Though the financial side is being taken care of, as I am able to make at least enough for my new equipment through my Twitch channel. My main problem is that all of my friends are moving on after school into careers, and I keep getting asked what my plans for the future are. It's really annoying when aunts and uncles and family friends ask things like this, but I don't know a quick semi-polite way of saying the future terrifies me and I don't think about it if possible. Instead, I focus on getting to the next level and upping my game. I don't know what to do, trying to get out of these awkward situations, and I'm to the point where I just try to avoid people, including my parents, unless they're bringing my food. What should I say to avoid these conversations? Signed, my future is none of your freaking business.
Oh man, I feel your pain. Okay, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that I wasn't the getting awards for being the youngest entrepreneur, stuff like that. Like I haven't been in your shoes because I wasn't ever quite like lame enough to actually be like living with my parents. But
Your parents lived with you, right?
well, when you're a generous, rich entrepreneur, you help out those who need it. I made sure they didn't get into my stuff or anything like that. It was basically in a separate
You had
bungalow.
boundaries.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
established boundaries mutually between you.
You need boundaries. But okay, for your really in this situation, I think James, this is just kind of a pet peeve that I think all our listeners need to understand.
Hit me with the pet peeve.
Here we go. People try and solve things with words too often. Okay, so the human brain, I think history has proved it's not a rational type thing. Okay?
Most brains.
Yeah, exactly.
The average brain.
Just all the brains, they are just not rational. So words, they don't make a lot of sense. So what you need to do, I mean, it's kind of the same advice I gave to Lana: the slap in the face. I haven't seen a situation where this doesn't work.
Again,
Okay,
yeah.
It always comes back to that. The
Same
words,
results.
Yeah,
Consistent.
exactly. My future is none of your freaking business. Give it a try and let us know what happens there. And send us a tweet and maybe actually
Or video.
yeah,
Video
or
would be
video,
great.
or if you wanted to just tell us what happened in like a review on iTunes.
That'd be great.
Yeah, not just it might be easy since you probably have iTunes, and then you can just leave a review and let us know and stuff. Yeah. Anyway,
Our reviews would go up by 100% easily if they did that.
So, yeah. All right, there you go. Give it a try. That's my solution for you. Like I said, tested, tried, true. It'll work. I guarantee it. Now we're on to the quick fire questions. Let's get them knocked out here.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Machine gun coming at you. Dealing with disproportionate sadness over extremely mild rejections.
James, that's not a question.
It has a question mark at the end of the sentence.
That doesn't make it a question. You have to read it with a question and inflection at least.
Okay.
God, what
Dealing
do I pay
with-
you for?
Dealing with disproportionate sadness over extremely mild rejections?
The answer to that question is yes. Deal with it. Okay.
Perfect.
Next question.
My wife resents cooking family dinner, but I work longer hours. What's fair?
Well, the fair is like that country thing that people do, like with the corn dogs and the Ferris wheels and horses.
No, I think he's asking what is the right thing to do in this
I
situation.
know.
What is-
Yeah, it was a joke. Okay, comedy. Yeah. See, it was a good one. It was a really good one. Well, obviously, the answer to this question is Hello Fresh. Is one of our many sponsors. They will bring you fresh meat right to your door. Then it doesn't matter who cooks because it's just right there. And like the ad said, like you don't even have to cook it.
Great.
Good stuff. Next question.
What to do if you buy a present for someone that they hate?
Oh man, I can't relate to these kind of questions.
How do people get themselves into these
I
situations?
don't know. I guess that's
It's sad.
It's why we have this podcast.
It is.
Because my life being perfect, I need to help these people. Okay. So that's never happened to me. But if it did, and I bought a present for somebody and they hated it, I'd just be like, hey, there's this thing called gift receipts. I mean, that's the thing.
Or you can just tell them that they need to learn to like it.
Exactly. There's a lot of things in life like that.
There are starving children in Africa that can eat that present, and you're just being selfish.
That's a good point. And actually, we're going to come back to the starving children in Africa here in a minute. But for now, all right. So now, come with me. Let's take it down a notch. Come with me to the wellness well. Dip your mind bucket into the well and be healthy. This is the part of the show where we talk with my good friend, my pal, my partner in healthy crime. This guy, I said this last time, but I'm just going to say it again. He's green. I mean, like, seriously, this guy is green. I mean, he doesn't even use toilet paper. Welcome, Sky.
Hey,
Sky, how's it going, my man?
Hey, you know what? Life is just good. It's just always good, man, when you're living in health.
Yeah.
It's just inevitable. It just comes
stinks when you're
with
sick. I mean,
oh yeah,
that's
totally
no way to live.
And you know what? That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about things that create illness in your life. And one of them is unexpected, I must say. People think that using soap actually prevents disease. I'm going to tell you right now, the hard truth is it does the exact opposite. Soap actually creates illnesses. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's the soaps, they're like scented, and it's not what you want in your life.
No, can't have that. I mean, I just think, as an entrepreneur, like how important it is that I maintain my health so that I stay a top-notch, like, operating procedure. I mean, that's why we have you on here. To help these failing entrepreneurs, in the audience, and myself as a successful entrepreneur, really just make sure we stay at peak performance. So you're saying cutting soap out? Like, are you talking like hand soap? Or what are we talking here?
Everything, man. I'm talking soap, conditioner, shampoo, lotion, anything you put on your skin or your hair or any other part of your being to make yourself feel better. It's automatically off limits. And let me tell you something. As soon as you switch to the no soap movement, people will separate themselves from you. But that separation is something you just have to be ready to accept.
Well, think about think about like the less amount of germs that you're getting because those people aren't around you anymore.
Exactly.
Man.
They may ostracize you. They may ostrich you. They may just push you away, but it's nothing personal. It's just you're doing what's healthy for you and what's best for the environment.
So having soap just invites more germs around because people are like around you and stuff.
Exactly.
When you don't have soap, they don't stay around you.
Exactly. Okay. It repels the germs and the people that carry them.
Okay, so Sky, I was in the Whole Foods the other day.
Oh, dude, that's my favorite store.
That's where I go, Gotta stay healthy. And this guy, he was pushing the cart around. I mean, he sneezes like right into his hand. Man. I mean, it was a wet sneeze. Like it was bad. Like you could tell there was stuff on his hand that hadn't been there before. And he just like lets it out right there. And he's like kind of looking around, and he like kind of puts his hand down. He's pushing the cart with one hand. I'm like, oh, don't. And he's like looking around. He catches my eye. And he like looks at me and he's like, I'm going to touch this cart and there's nothing you can do about it. And he like puts his hand on the cart and he just keeps walking. I'm like,
unreal, man.
Like, wow. So like for that situation, I'm just thinking, like, are there alternatives? Because we know, like, there's probably other carts like that. Are there alternatives to soap? Like,
See, let me just jump in here and say, in that situation, I would just say, reduce, reuse, recycle that cart. Put it back into the environment and purify the elements that we're pulling out of the ground. Return that cart to where it came from and where it belongs.
So you would say no carts, like
no
you wouldn't
carts,
use carts.
Man. No, I don't use carts. What I do is I carry everything around in my shirt. The tie-dye pattern kind of contrasts with the shapes and colors of the product, so I can see what I've got.
Yeah.
And the cargo pants, man, I'm telling you, the cargo pants are great for that, and you save money too. You save a lot of money when you put the products in your cargo pants. Yeah,
okay.
Right. Automatic discount, just like that.
Keeping away from those germs. That's what we want.
Totally. You don't want those cashiers touching your food, man.
No. Wait. Okay.
Well, I gotta go, but
all right.
Thanks so much for
Sky,
having me, as always.
Great, as always. So much. All right, so soap, people, don't use it. Don't smell it. Don't look at it. I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Just
Give it to
the soap.
someone you don't like, and you won't be hearing from them for a while.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Sky.
My pleasure.
All right. Great time with Sky, as always. Like, man, just world-changing, life-changing, and just changing. I mean, all over the place. All right. So, for all you entrepreneurs out there, those people out moving and shaking and making the world happen, this part of the show is for you. I know that for some people, being an entrepreneur is a challenge. So this is all about helping you take it to the next level. Okay, so a lot of people think they know stuff about entrepreneurialism, but I don't have all these awards for no good reason. Okay, I don't have the multi six-figure business. I don't want to brag. 7-figure business because for no reason. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at an article: how to pitch your business, product, or idea to industry experts. Okay, this is a big deal. So when you come up with your $1 million idea, it may not be a $1 million idea until you can get it right in front of the right people. Okay,
Right.
So
and I think this article by Bedros Kilian. Anyway, he's the CEO and founder of Fit Body Booty Camp. Sorry, I misread that. He is the CEO and founder of Fit Body Boot Camp, and he's all about bootstrapping and
boots,
benching, and
okay. So he makes shoes and stuff. Okay,
exercise
So
shoes.
what's the let's get into this article and the section of the show is all about me dissecting these articles to help you get the golden nuggets out of them.
Right, if there's any.
If there's,
We'll see if there's
that's
anything
a
there in
big
the first
if
place.
right there. Okay, all right. What's the first here?
First point.
So how do we do this? How do we
How?
pitch this idea business to the industry experts?
The first consideration is you have to know the risks.
Yeah. Okay. I would agree with that. You got to know the risks.
You got to be willing to gamble.
Yeah.
All
Put
your
it
money.
all in. Yeah. You gotta be like caution to the wind and caution off a cliff. Just do it. Okay. So know the risks, but then take them anyway. That's what the golden nugget is.
Risk the risks.
Okay. What's the next point?
All right. Next is build a relationship first. You got to win people over.
Man, again with the words. I mean, unless you're building a relationship with giving them stuff, I don't see that as terribly effective.
They're not going to see you as a valuable friend if you don't give them presents.
That's a very good point.
And money.
Even if they don't like we were saying, that other question is ties right in. It's just kind of what I do for this podcast. I tie all the parts together. Yeah. So, even if they don't like the gift, get them a gift. Don't try to build a relationship talking or spending time with them, but just give them a gift and be like, here, okay, now what will you do for me? Okay, that's how this works. It's a tit for tat. Yeah. Next
build
point.
each other up.
Yeah.
Next point is prove you can connect with future buyers. You got to get the people that can give you money.
I'd say prove that you have connected with past buyers. I mean, that's what I'd say. Don't worry about the future. You should already have some business going before you talk to these industry experts.
No.
And if you think your startup cost is too much, that's why they have loans.
Right.
Credit cards.
And speaking of money, they address an interesting issue in this section about not having enough money to buy their own jet. Now, I know you probably can't relate with that either, but if that was a situation, how would you approach that? Obviously, you can't just go up to the president of Boeing and just slap him. Something else has to happen.
It depends on the circumstance. I wouldn't rule that out 100%, but, generally speaking, if you wanted a jet, you can't just go up to somebody, if you want a private jet and be like, here's a DVD of, Shrek 3 or something like that. Wouldn't work.
Not a good move.
Okay, but,
What about Shrek 2?
That might be closer, but I'm thinking more just roll. Okay, so if you go into a parking lot right time of night, there's certain people in certain locations. I could help you out. I could connect you. Rolexes, okay? You can get them for dirt cheap. I'm talking dirt cheap.
Wow.
Some of these guys that I know, I mean, they have hooked me up.
Unbelievable.
You've seen this watch?
Yeah, I can't even look at it.
I
It's
know.
so bright.
It's wow.
Diamonds.
So that is my advice. So if you are okay, there's no way I could get don't start at the low level. Start at the top.
Yeah.
Get to that
Don't work
president.
your way up.
Get him on social media. because like we said, it's all about social media. There I go again, like just tying the show like all together here. Okay, so yeah, that would be my advice. Like go to the top, get them a nice gift, then eventually they'll owe you, and you'll have yourself a jet. That's how it works.
Great. Well, I think that's about it for this article.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys took some golden nuggets out of there. Now it's time for the sound of my social footprint. This is where I read what you guys have to say about what I had to say, and say what I have to say about that. All right, we got some tweet action today, as usual. I mean, it's like every day. So hard to comb through all the tweet interaction that we got going on.
Yeah, there were 2 pages of tweets today. I had to click over to get the last one.
Crazy, man.
It's just,
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
All right.
First tweet. At Obi-Wan Cookie. He's back.
He's back.
The man is back in town.
Real fan right there.
Brad, seriously, how did you become so stylish? Hashtag Brad knows. Hashtag Style King.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Wow.
See if that domain.
Isn't that what your shirt says?
Well, I have a shirt that says that.
Oh.
And it doesn't actually say that in words. It's just when I put it on, everyone's like, bowing
there
down.
He is.
Yeah, they're like, here comes the king. All
You'll
dressed
know when
in
you see him.
style. Yeah, that's me. How did that happen? I'm born with it. Like, that's the thing. I'm born with it. I think there were a few people who I kind of helped out become a little more stylish, and I think that in turn helped me become more stylish.
Wasn't Louis Vuitton one of your mentors?
Louis,
or?
I think if you asked Louis, he'd say that it was kind of the other way around. But we tried to kind of help each other, so there's a little bit of that going on.
You had to let him go, right?
Well, sometimes people come and drag on you, and I don't want to get down on Louis. I mean, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy. Makes decent clothes, but yeah. Yeah, that's probably it, though. Obi-Wan Cooking. Again, great at. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, next.
At Don't Drink the Water says, what would you do if you knew this was your last day on Earth? Hashtag Brad knows.
Such a good question. If this was my last day on Earth,
that's tough, because it's never happened before.
It hasn't, but if it was, I would love to just have a nice glass of Chardonnay, a nice Tommy Bahama beach chair to snuggle into, and just sit on a cliff overlooking the ocean. Just watch the waves roll in until that last giant wave swept over me, and I was encompassed by the black encircling arms of death, never to see the light of day again, and facing it all alone, because there's no one in my life, facing it all alone, all by myself. Just pulled up to the edge of the cliff with my 69 fully restored Camaro, wearing my fancy Rolex, and just staring off and knowing that I lived a good life, but it was meaningless because there wasn't anyone else in it. I do a lot of things differently.
Great. Next question. Next tweet. At Freaky Fabulous 3333 says, there are a few things in life that make me smile as much as your podcast. Hashtag Brad knows. Hashtag fan. Hashtag biggest fan.
I needed that. Thank you, Freaky Fabulous. You make me smile. Okay? Yeah. I'm smiling.
I think you're crying, actually.
I'm smiling. Next tweet.
At Dude What Is Up Dude says, Brad Johnson said he had too many trophies for 3 whole rooms dedicated to his vanity. Sounds selfish. Hashtag get a life.
Okay, I told you not to let this guy through again.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
He obviously hacked the entire Twitter internet
my
site.
word. Okay,
and
okay, dude.
It's a .com site.
It's
no wonder it happened.
Wow. Okay, he changed his username. That's sneaky. I don't know.
What a hacker. He's a hacker.
He is. He's a black hat hacker. And we won't tolerate this because the Brad Johnson show is a no bully zone, okay? You don't bully people around. This is a no bully zone, okay? We don't allow it.
Yeah,
right?
no. If you start attacking us on Twitter, we'll fight back.
Yeah,
we will fight you.
Shut up.
And
Shut up. Okay. That is not acceptable. We're not letting this guy through again. Okay, it's not gonna happen. All right, no bullies. Not here.
We'll set up a perimeter.
Yeah, this is a place where we can love on each other and encourage like entrepreneurialism and making money. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm good. All right. So the quote of the day. That's where we're at here. We're coming to the end, and like I said last time, this is really a time where we can just kind of come off the high of all the wisdom that I've poured into your brain. Like, it may be overflowing, it may be almost painful right now because of so much wisdom. That's why this quote of the day is here, to help you just kind of let it out, let it absorb. This one's good. I like this one. It really moved me, okay? People think it must be fun to be a super genius, but they don't realize how hard it is to put up with all the idiots in the world. It's actually a quote by me. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. That was really the crux. I did some meditation, was sitting there, and that was what came to me. I hope it impacted your life. I hope the show is impacting your life. We're all about turning you losers out there into winners, okay? So go get the course, follow us on Twitter, give us a review. The show's here to help you. I hope that's what it's doing. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week for The Brad Johnson Show. I'm Brad Johnson.
Thanks for listening to The Brad Johnson Show,
wait.
where every episode we bring you tips, tricks, interviews, advice, and answers
you have to
to
turn it.
the mess that is your life.
twist it
while
over.
helping yourself
No, yeah,
and
yeah.
others
No, no, no.
succeed in your business, health, and your personal life. Show us your face, tweet us your tweets, and Insta your grams at Brad Johnson Show. The Brad Johnson Show. Winners only.